Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Don't Fail Asking Mikhail. Today we're gonna graph the sine graph. Let me share my screen. If I want to graph this function 3 sine pi x, before we do that, we have to find first the standard formula, which is f of x equal a sine bx minus c plus d. So such that a here is called the amplitude, and then it helps you actually to do how high the graph, and like from this point here and up, that's a. And b, it tells for the period p equal to 2 pi over b, which is the period starts here, ends here, which is a complete cycle. C is the phase shift, like where the graph starts. And D is the vertical shift. Okay? So let's graph the problem. If I want to graph 3 sine pi x, number one, you have to find the amplitude, A. A equal to what? To 3, to this number over here, 3. Now, if I want to graph it, where do I start? The starting point is always starting point C over B. So what is C here? C, this one actually could be written as pi x plus 0 plus 0. So C equal to 0 over pi, which is 0. So I'm starting at 0. Another thing that I have to find is the period. With the period equals to 2 pi over b. In this example, this is b. So this is the b and this is the a. So b equal to pi. So 2 pi over pi, which is equal to 2. That means I'm starting at 0. I end at 2. All right. So what's my amplitude? It's 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That means the highest point at the graph is going to be what? At 3. Now, this part from 0 to 2, you need to break it into 4 equal parts. So 1 point exactly in the middle here. Okay? These 3 points are intercepts. Let me highlight it with the same color. Another point that is going to be exactly in the middle here. Okay, let me change the color. Make it different color. In the middle here, this is where the max is going to be, and here where the min going to be. So between 3 and negative 3, you have, we can say like max and height here. The max and a min. So the graph goes like this, from all the way up here to down here to go up here. Now, what are the values? This one here, if between here 0 and 2, you have 2 units, so the middle point exactly is 1. So this will be 1, which is the midpoint is start plus and divide by 2. How about this point over here? That is in between 0 and 1, which is half, 3 half over here. All right, and that is the graph. So let's do another example. Negative sine 2 pi minus x. First of all, a equals, it's an absolute value of negative 2, which is 2. B equals the number next to the x, which is 2. And C equal, in this case, it's always the opposite sign of the, you remember h and k in quadratic? So it's always the opposite sign, which is pi, opposite sign. And D, it doesn't go up or down, so G is 0. Right? So if I want to graph it, I graph it like this. Here it is. So my amplitude equal to absolute value of the number, which is equal to 2. So the highest point I get is 2. And the lowest point is -2. So it's not going to go past this. That's my amplitude. Now, what else? First, I need to find the period. Period equal to 2 pi over b, which is over 2. That give you pi. So I'm starting somewhere, but I'm ending at pi. All right? So two pi over b, I end at the pi. So the starting point is here. Starting point, what is my starting point? A starting point always equals to c over b. In this case, my starting point is going to be pi over 2. I'm not starting at pi, it's a c over b. So I'm starting here. Somewhere here is pi over 2. This is pi over 2. All right? Now, what is my end point? I'm going to end somewhere here. Like this is my end point somewhere. But what is the coordinate of this end point? The end point always equal to the start plus the period. If I add the start plus the period, I'm going to get the end point. My start is pi over 2, and the period is pi. Common denominator, multiply top and the bottom by 2, that will equal to 3 pi over 2. So this period is 3 pi over 2. In the middle exactly, what's in the middle? How can I find this midpoint? You add the first, you add this point plus this point, divide by 2. So if I do it here, 1 pi plus 3 pi over 2, that will give you, that is 1 pi over 2 plus 3 pi over 2, then divided by 2, that is going to give you 4 pi over 2, 2 pi got to give you a pi. We do the math. This is a pi. And this point in between, you add them, divide by 2, and same thing. All right, if I add, let me use this page and I erase it. Let me do this calculations again, show you where I got this one. So pi over 2 plus 3 pi over 2, that give you 4 pi over 2, which is 2 pi. The answer you must divide by 2 to find the average, which is pi. All right, now the other one, so that's what we just found. The other one here, I want to know this point exactly. How do I, okay. So the other one here, I need to know this point. What is this? It's in between this and this. The pi over 2 and pi. So I add pi over 2 plus pi, and whatever I got, I divide by 2. Common denominator, which is 2 over 2. That will give you 3 pi over 2. Everything over 2, which is 3 pi over 4. All right, how about this point? You add this 2, you add the mid and the last. The mid plus the last, which is 3 pi over 2. Everything over 2. Common denominator is 2 and 2. And that will be 5 pi over 4. So this is 5 pi over 4. All right? So now, the graph, watch what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go, this is the maximum and this is the minimum. So I'm not going to go like this, max and min. Why, Mikhail? Because it's negative. So negative, I'm going to do the opposite. So my final graph is going to look like this. Right? That's my final graph is going to look like this. You start here, but you're gonna go down, and here is the minimum, and here is the maximum. So the graph looks like this. All right. Now, last example. I need to find the graph of negative 3 sine 2x plus pi minus 4. Well, if I graph 3x, if I grab this part, watch what I'm going to surround. I'm going to do this part here. Positive 3x plus 2 pi minus 4. This one here. This graph itself is the same exactly steps like what we did here. Like this, but positive 2 minus pi. Let's make this one positive. Negative, I'm sorry. So I'll make this one negative. So the graph is going to look like this. Amplitude now is 3 instead of 2. So the amplitude, I'm going to start from here. And amplitude is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you have start, you have the end point. So it's going to go like, this is the highest point. The max and the min. So it's going to go, here is the min. Max, min. So it's going to go like this. You want to make it negative. So we want to add the negative. So this is going to be here, and this is going to be here. And watch what I'm about to do. The graph will look like this. What did I just do now? This graph here, that is negative 3 sine 2x minus pi. You want to do the negative 4 here. What do we do? Every point will go down 4 units. 4 units, meaning every point, this one here, is going to go down 4 units. So instead of 3, it's going to be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be here. This point going to be here. This point going to be here. Let me change the colors. All right. So this point gonna be here. This will be here. How about this? It's going to be here. And this is also here. And the max is going to be here. Okay, if you go 4 units, so that's negative 1. So let me take it. So that graph that I have now in orange, that is negative 3 sine 2x minus pi minus 4. Such that I have 4 different transformations here. Number 1, the first transformation is 1. Phase shift to the right. 4 units to the right. I have vertical shift. 4 units down. All right, I'm sorry. First shift is pi to the right. Okay, what else? I have a reflection about the x-axis, which is this point of reflection at 3. Okay, and also because of 3, so I have, remember from the quadratic f of x equal ax minus h squared plus k. A here has to do with what? Vertical stretch on compressed. Because this is 3, so they have vertical stretch here, right? So if I had a graph paper, it would be looking much better. So I hope this video, guys, helps you a little bit to understand more the sine graph. And wait for my next video for the cosine graph. You guys have a great day and take care.